Hey there and welcome. So, if you're a Texas homeowner or you're dreaming of becoming one, then you have landed in the perfect spot. Today, we're going to unpack this amazing toolkit of resources that's designed to help you buy, upgrade, and manage your home. Seriously, whether you're just starting out or you've owned your home for years, there is something in here for you. Let's dive in. First off, let's just wrap our heads around this number. There are over 11 million homes and condos across the entire state of Texas. That is a huge community of homeowners, right? And every single one has their own story, which means there's this massive shared need for good information and support. And this is exactly why it matters so much. A solid 62% of homes in Texas are owner-occupied. Think about that. The majority of Texans are homeowners, which makes all the resources we're about to talk about absolutely essential for millions of people. Okay, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to start by looking at what homeownership actually looks like in Texas. Then, we'll walk through all the key stages: buying that first home, upgrading it, managing your money, and finally, we'll wrap everything up into your very own Texas resource toolkit.
So let's kick things off by digging into the numbers. Because while Texas is definitely a state of homeowners, you'll see the picture isn't quite the same everywhere you look.
Yeah, that big statewide number we saw, it really doesn't tell the whole story. The reality on the ground, well, it can change pretty dramatically from one county to the next. And you can see that contrast clear as day right here. Look at Dallas County. The home ownership rate is about 55%. But then you jump over to Fort Bend County, and wow, it skyrockets to 75%. It's just a perfect example of how different local economies can really shape the housing scene. So how do you become part of that statistic? For a lot of folks, the biggest hurdle is just getting your foot in the door. So let's talk about the resources out there specifically for first-time buyers. This is the big one, isn't it? The dream of owning your own home can sometimes feel so far out of reach. But the good news is, in Texas, there are actual concrete programs designed to help turn that dream into a reality. Right, so here's the most important takeaway. You do not have to do this alone. The single biggest barrier for most people is that down payment, and you'll find that many Texas counties and major cities have assistance programs for that exact thing. Plus, there are resources that survey local homebuyers to point you toward the best, most trusted lenders right in your area. Okay, you're in. You've got the keys. So what's next? Well, over time, every house needs a little bit of love. Let's look at the resources you can use for funding those important repairs and renovations. Come on, we've all done it, right? You're scrolling through pictures of these amazing dream kitchens or beautiful new backyards. But that wave of inspiration is usually followed by a pretty big question. How in the world am I going to pay for that? Let's start with those big, transformative projects, the ones that add real value and, just make you love your home even more. The good news is, you don't have to fund them all out of pocket. There are specific financial tools built for exactly this. You've got a few different paths you can take here. You can look into special renovation loans, or you can see if you qualify for any state or local home improvement programs. And just like with your first mortgage, it really pays to shop around and compare lenders to find the best fit. But hey, it's not always about the fun stuff, is it? Sometimes you've got to focus on the critical bones of your house, the things that keep you safe, warm, and dry. And there is help available for these essentials too. You can find specific programs for those big-ticket items like a new roof or new windows and doors. And honestly, what's also incredibly useful are the community-sourced recommendations for trusted local roofers, so you can find somebody that your neighbors already trust. All right, let's switch gears and talk about the long-term financial picture. Your home is probably your biggest asset, so let's get into how you can manage your mortgage and really make that asset work for you. Okay, let's break this down, because these two tools get confused all the time. On one side, you have refinancing. That's all about changing your original loan, usually to snag a lower interest rate and shrink your monthly payment. On the other side, you have home equity loans and HELOCs. Those let you borrow money against the value you've already built up in your home. Now, if refinancing sounds like it might be the right move for you, it doesn't have to be this big, overwhelming thing. You can start by simply comparing the most recommended lenders in the major Texas metro areas, check out which banks and credit unions are getting top ratings, and then find the perfect partner for your situation. All right, let's bring it all home in our final section, your Texas Resource Toolkit. This is all about protecting your investment for the long haul and knowing where to find help.
So, you've bought the house, you've made it your own, and you're managing the finances. The final piece of the puzzle is protecting that incredible asset from all the unexpected things life can throw at you.
And the key here is home insurance. But how do you know you're getting a fair deal? Well, you can use community data. See what your neighbors are paying, compare the providers that other local homeowners are recommending, and make sure your coverage and your costs are competitive. And that's really the bottom line here. Owning a home is a huge deal, a massive undertaking. But you are not alone. There's this whole ecosystem of support and resources out there just waiting to help you succeed. We have covered a lot today, from down payment help all the way to finding a roofer you can trust. To make it super easy for you, we've put links to every single resource in the description below, so you can go build your own personalized toolkit. After all, a home is so much more than an investment. It's the foundation for your life. So, what will you build next? Thanks for joining us.